podcast, broadcasting from an undisclosed location in the heart of Dixie. I am Michael, and I am here with Liberty Larry.
How's it going?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
Pretty good.
I am no longer your one-armed friend.
Nope, you have two functioning arms.
Yes. It's very exciting. One of them isn't functioning that well.
But it's not stapled to your side or...
No, that's true.
However, it was attached there.
It's a little stiff. Tied, I think would be a better word.
Tied to your side, yeah.
And it rhymes, too.
Yeah, tied to your side.
Cat going nuts in the background. Yeah, so I can move it. It's stiff. Doesn't move as far as it used to, but it will again.
And be better than ever?
That's what the doctor told me.
Yeah, that's what the guy at the restaurant told you the other night, too.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Actually, the doctor didn't tell me better than ever. The doctor told me he guaranteed that it would be like having the shoulder of a young man again.
Okay. That's pretty good. I mean,
he said, I guarantee it.
That's pretty heavy right there.
Yeah. So I like the confidence.
Yeah.
Holding them to it.
Did that didn't come in any kind of writing form, did it?
No, it did not. And he retires at the end of the year. So the worst that could happen is he listens to me bitch for a few months.
Yeah, there you go.
And then never has to see me again.
And then that's the end of it. Yep.
Oh, well. I guess we start with Massie.
Yeah.
I know you want to talk about this.
Yeah, I mean,
like all you've talked to me
I do want to
like weeks.
I do want to talk. Well, I've been interested in the race. Like I said, I've been following it fairly close. I mean, as close as I can from Alabama. And I don't know. I mean, it's obviously disappointing.
Yeah.
That's literally the best congressman, senator, whatever we have.
Yeah.
He was in the House.
He's my favorite national level politician.
Yeah. Yeah. No, and I don't even know that there's really a close second. Rand Paul I like, but he's not.
Yeah.
He's not as good as Massie. I don't think. And
I've met Massie too, and he's like super nice.
He seems to be he's
like really affable and. Yeah.
Well, and even in his speech where he conceded and whatnot, he's just kind of the happy warrior, you know. I mean, he's also very funny.
Well, yeah. He's got a sharp wit.
Yeah. No, absolutely. The thing and
he does it on the fly, just so you know. I mean, it's not. I mean, I imagine that some of his little pokes and barbs are prepared.
Yeah.
But if you're just talking to him, it comes out.
You can tell he's got that type of quick wit.
Yeah.
Nice. No, that's awesome.
It's disappointing that he lost in a primary. It is the most expensive U.S. representative primary race in history.
Yeah.
They spent somewhere. I have come across so many different figures on this, but it looks like between 35 and 40 million was spent on this race.
Total. Really? I thought it was way more than that, but I may be completely wrong. I don't know. I mean, those are
the numbers that I
thought that there was that much spent on one side.
No. And there wasn't really that much different. He wasn't outspent by that much.
Yeah. I knew that. I knew they were pretty neck and neck, but I hadn't looked at the specific numbers other than.
Well, that's what I came to, is that it was the most expensive House race in history, and different places said numbers between 35 and 40 million.
Okay. Yeah.
On a primary race.
On the primary race, yeah, not even the actual thing.
One of the biggest differences, though, is that Massie got more than $2 million in small donations, like less than $2 each. Donations. The other guy got less than 200,000
in small donations.
Yeah.
Well, I mean all of his money came from Israel.
I think that's exaggerated.
You think so?
Yeah, there's certainly a part of it. I don't think it came down to Israel in this. I don't. So? In fact, the advertisements weren't about Israel.
Well, no. I mean, obviously they wouldn't be.
But they could have been.
I mean, they could have been, but I mean, I wouldn't expect them to have been.
Yeah. That's not how they attacked him, though, is what I'm saying. There
Yeah.
was Israel lobby money in the race, and plenty of it. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But they weren't going after him because of his Israel stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
They were going after him because he didn't vote with the Republicans.
Yeah. Like, yeah, I think I want to say some. I mean, normally he votes with the Republicans about 90% of the time, and I think here in this last cycle or whatever, it was lower. It was down to like 70 something.
Yeah, well, that's where I went down a rabbit hole on this, and
Yeah.
I learned just how much the polarization of national politics has increased.
Yeah.
So, because they attacked him because he voted with the Republicans 77% of the time, and that was an attack because he wasn't voting with the Republicans. And I was like, 77%? That seems like a lot.
Yeah. It's not when you get into like these type of politics.
Now.
Well, yeah. I mean, that may be true.
And that's what I came
So
across.
that's where the rabbit. Yeah.
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 So it is on the low end in modern politics.
Yeah.
And so I mean, kind of any dividing line you choose is pretty much arbitrary, but I chose 1990. That was the like kind of lame HW presidency before the Clinton presidency.
Yeah.
But after the Reagan presidency, right? So this is kind of the lull between two like really, I guess, iconic.
Yeah. Big presidencies.
Presidential figures. So before 1990, the averages were between 70 and 80%, where he is now.
Yeah.
And
which I would
and
like
that
to
was
say.
on-
That should. I feel like that's a good point to be at. You shouldn't be agreeing with your party 99% of the time. Nobody. These parties aren't. I don't know.
They're not right enough for that.
They're not. I was going to say not good enough, but yeah, you're. That's exactly it. Like they're not. They're not just not that on point.
Yeah. Well, the numbers come from party line roll call votes.
Okay.
All right.
Which are like skipped sometimes, or
Yeah. There's a lot of yay nay votes, and not all votes are party line votes. Well, used to be is what I should say, because that was another interesting statistic that I came across, is that before 1990, party line roll call votes accounted for about 50% of the total votes taken in the House and Senate.
Yeah.
Nowadays, it's around 85%.
Really?
Of the 85% of the total votes taken are party line roll call votes.
Yeah.
Which means that they're performative.
Yeah. Yeah.
They
just,
don't
just spectacle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the numbers have climbed since the 1990s up to close to 90%.
Yeah.
It's mostly between 85 and 90% people are voting with their party.
Yeah.
And in fact, in 2020, in the Senate, Democrats voted with their party 94% of the time.
Wow. Yeah.
Which is
Yeah.
ridiculous. Now, it is worth pointing out that this started with the Republicans in the 90s.
Oh, really?
Yeah. In opposition to Bill Clinton.
I was fixing to say, I know I was kind of paying attention. Not really, but I remember Newt Gingrich being like very like, I don't know what the word is, but very strict with his caucus and with his with the Republicans as far as trying to oppose Clinton's agenda.
Which is funny because Clinton was a very moderate Democrat.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we would think so now, but
He was then.
Was he?
Yeah, he was then.
Yeah.
He was a Southern Democrat, Arkansas boy. Yeah. He's like he was trying to balance the budget, etc. I mean, he was a very moderate Democrat.
Yeah.
Hillary less so.
Yeah.
She's more radical, not like in a traditional Democrat sense, though. She's just more radical.
Yeah.
But Bill was a pretty moderate Democrat.
Yeah.
And so, you end up with these same kind of things of the Democrats now voting against civil liberties because that's voting against Donald Trump. Back then, you had Republicans voting against a balanced budget because that was voting against Bill Clinton.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Yeah, exactly. We're not. It's like we don't want to get anything done here.
Which is great for us, really. But the problem is that they do still get things done. It's just all the wrong things.
The wrong things, exactly. Yeah.
So, yeah, it started climbing in the 90s with the Republicans to being between about 85 and 90% of their votes were party line votes.
Yeah.
And then the Democrats are just better at it.
Yeah. Well, the Democrats do seem to just fall in line better than the Republicans.
Yeah.
I almost said better than anybody else, but it's just the two.
Right. Yeah, well, I mean, even if you include the next biggest party, the Libertarians, we're terrible at voting with each other.
Yeah, we're no better. Go to one convention, I promise you'll understand.
Yeah. So that's what I found kind of interesting is that the politics have become just a lot more polarized at the national level, that it's more about what party you're a member of rather than voting with what your constituency is probably best. And I think that that's a reflection of the generally uninformed voter. I think that comes around back to this Massie election. The research on spending in elections, election spending doesn't show that it changed people's minds, but it activates people that would not have voted.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so probably, I mean, they've tried to primary Massie before.
Yeah.
And
never even came this close to being able to unseat him.
Yeah, he was getting between 80 and 85% of the vote in those attempts at trying to primary him. Yeah. This time he got 45 to 55 of, however you say it, Gallrain,
I think is how I've heard it pronounced. Yeah, I don't know that anybody really knows.
Yeah, well, I never listen to anything. I read my news. So
I do. Yeah, exactly.
I only see it spelled. I can tell you how to spell it. I got that written down.
Yeah.
So anyway, I don't think that they pulled a lot of Massie voters off of Massie. I think that they just got a lot more people to vote. And the people that they got to vote with their spending voted against Massie. At the same time, I do think that it is kind of representative, and I think this is the biggest issue. I think it's representative of Republican politics right now, that the vast majority of Republicans are just really on board with the MAGA thing.
It seems that way, but you do have to kind of parse out the numbers a little more than that, because, I mean, the coalition that took Massie out was almost exclusively Boomer. All of the young people were still with him. That's, I mean, I say what you will, but that's where we're at with it. There's only really one group that Trump still has, and it's that age group.
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is.
They're always creating problems.
But that's where we're at with the, I mean, that's just where it is. The thing I found interesting, so I've been following this Galdrin guy for a month or so now, like watching his Facebook post and watching the stuff from his events and stuff like that. Like, he had, up until a week before the election, he was having no activity on his Facebook page. Like, the comment section was owned by Massie supporters. Like, everybody in the comment section was supporting Massie. The pictures from his events was like 15 people of the same age group, like that type of thing. And then like a week before, it was like a groundswell. And I don't know what changed. Maybe it was just like, oh, well, the election's close, so here we go. But the comment section flipped. The pictures from the event started flipping. It was just because I really wasn't that worried about it until a week in, and it was like, oh, well, something's changing here.
Yeah. And
I don't know. I'm not. Like I said, I can't explain it. I'm just telling you what I witnessed.
Yeah. Well, it seems to me that he won on the message that Massie is obstructing the Trump plan.
Yeah. Well, I mean, which Trump plan is he obstructing? The one that he campaigned on, or the one that he's implementing? Because those are not the same thing.
Yeah, but most people don't. This is back to the uninformed voter thing. Most people don't know the difference.
Yeah.
Or don't know that there is a difference.
Well, and I can tell you just from people that I talk to as far as Trump supporters, it's the people that are still like come in the store wearing a Trump hat or a Trump shirt or that type of thing. Mm-hmm. When I talk to them, they'll tell you, they're like, they don't know the details of what's going on, but they trust Trump.
Yeah.
Like, and that's literally what it comes down to. Well, he knows what he's doing. Mm-hmm. And I just don't have that kind of faith.
I don't either.
I mean, I don't. And I get it because, I mean, not everybody can be as plugged into this stuff as we are. Like,
yeah,
I mean,
certainly.
It takes a lot, but
yeah.
At the same time, like, you do have to have some kind of, like, trust but verify, like, you know. And I'll tell you, and this is the reason I know Trump's numbers are pretty low. I think he's got further down to go because we haven't really took the medicine from this Iran thing yet, and it's coming. And when that's really where I think that the rubber's going to hit the road.
Well, he is at least preparing people for it. I mean, we'll see. It's probably going to be like transient inflation, you know.
Yeah.
I think that because he keeps saying, "Oh, well, prices are going to get worse, but it won't be long. It won't be long." And we'll see.
Well, and that's the thing. The people that are still supporting Trump and the people that were out hard against Massie, that's one of the things that I kept hearing is, well, this is all just temporary. Like this is all just temporary.
But Massie was looking at the long game.
Obviously.
Massie's biggest issue since he got into office has been the national debt.
Yeah.
And he's always been the guy that's like, okay, I'll even vote against something that I think would be a good thing if I think that it's not a good enough thing to overwhelm the problems it creates in the long term with the debt.
Exactly. Yeah. You know.
And I guess people just don't really understand. I mean, people have been mostly convinced, and they're being taught, actually, at this point, that debts don't matter.
Yeah.
It just doesn't matter. Try it in your personal life, then it suddenly matters. But banker debts don't matter. Debts to banks matter. Apparently.
Very much so.
Anyway, I think, though, that it was about really just the Trump phenomena, and that, he defines what MAGA is, and MAGA is the way to go. Yeah. And I did come across a report that I was reading that was suggesting, it was going back to, I can't remember when this originated, but some like polling that was done years ago about why people voted for Trump, and the conclusion was essentially that they voted for Trump because he was the craziest SOB in the race.
Yeah.
And that maybe that's just the thing that still exists, that Trump is still the craziest SOB in the race, and people just want to upset the system.
Yeah.
I think that he is part of the system.
Well, he is at this point. There's no question this term. He is the system. He's not separated from it at all.
Yeah.
And that's just, you can look at any metric. I feel like that's correct. There is something to be excited about. Like, there's definitely a lane in 2028 that's like the Massie.
I'm sorry, I got to interrupt with you could look at any metric. I just feel like that has to be true. It just reminded me of the half of all information on the internet is wrong, but the other 60% is right.
Yeah.
It seems like that kind of statistic.
Yeah, well, maybe. There's definitely an opening here in 2028 for Massie or Marjorie Taylor Greene. Not that I'm a big fan of hers, but she's gotten good lately. That's just to hold up what used to be MAGA and now I guess isn't, because if Trump defines what MAGA is, MAGA's dead.
And clearly he does.
Well, clearly he does. Like, I wouldn't dispute that. But there's a lane here to run on that. And I think that I think somebody's going to emerge, and I don't think it's going to be anybody necessarily in his administration, although I hadn't really got all the info. Did you hear that Tulsi is stepping down?
No.
That came out like when I was on the way here tonight. I just got like a headline about it, so I don't know all the details, but it is interesting.
I think good for her in some ways.
Well, I think it's too little, too late. I think she should have already done it, but at least she's jumping off now.
Yeah, I mean, I can see, and I think I've said it on the podcast before. I can see her being in there and saying, "All right, like I've got to be able to do more good here than not here."
Yeah. And I think
even though things aren't going my way and nobody's listening to me and I'm getting kind of cut out, I've got to be able to be more effective here than not.
And I think there's a period of time that you go through that's acceptable. I think she may have stayed over a little longer than that, but maybe not. I mean, maybe she felt like up until now that she did have some kind of impact.
Yeah.
And
or that she could still in the future.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, and that kind of makes you wonder what's coming up next, because you have to wonder if she didn't see something, have information of something that's coming, and just decided that
I don't want this on my resume.
I'm done with this, kind of like Joe Kent, like where it's like, look, just like what you laid out, you think you can stay and make an impact, but you hit the point where it's like, no, I can make more of an impact by like not whistleblowing necessarily, but like going out talking and walking away.
Yeah.
So.
Or just protect your own career that way.
Yeah. Well, and that, like I say, I think that's where, like, Joe Kent, like, there's a lane to be ran on that I think is going to be strong in the next election.
I think Tulsi's political career is done.
Maybe.
I think that by running with Trump, that she ruined her future as a Democrat.
Yeah.
And she's not a Republican.
Yeah. I mean,
so I don't think that she recovers politically from this.
Yeah.
I don't see her like gaining a lot of support among Republicans if she's running on the things that she's run on historically. I mean, like even though the anti-war thing is a strong
that's a strong
position,
place to run, yeah.
But her economics is awful.
Is it?
Yeah.
I mean,
she was
I've heard a little bit of
minimum
things.
wage person and all that kind of thing. Like, so I don't think that she gets the Republican vote on anything but war, and war is not enough because people just don't care enough about that. And she'll never get a Democrat she won't be elected as a Democrat anywhere, I don't think, after being on Trump's administration.
I mean, I think the only chance she would have is to run. Well, you say that though, but the Democrats are weak, man. I mean, like just sitting here thinking about it just now, like I don't know. I mean, when you look at, I mean, it's like AOC and Gavin Newsom.
Yeah,
and
you say that they're weak, and those people are weak, but they aren't weak among Democrats. Democrats love those people.
Yeah, but I just feel like
you don't have to be good. You just got to be somebody that the Democrats like. I mean, the same's true on the Republican side.
I don't disagree with that, but I just feel like on the stage that Tulsi will just eviscerate them.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, maybe not.
Doesn't matter. Trump's too much of a taint on her career.
Yeah. I don't know. I think we're going to be looking at, I think by the time we get to this election, we're going to be looking at it a lot different. So there's going to be a lot of factors that just haven't played out yet.
Yeah.
Economic wise. Which is scary because we're looking down the barrel of a Democrat taking office.
A Democrat saying, oh, well, your times are tough, but that's okay. The government will just give you money, and that'll fix all your problems.
And that's going to be an easy campaign in 28 because things are going to be substantially worse than they are now.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Not to be all doom and gloom, but that is the direction we're heading.
Let's move on.
Yep.
Because I imagine most of our audience really doesn't care that much about Massie's campaign in the 4th District of Kentucky.
Yeah, maybe not. I don't know. I feel like you may be wrong about that, but we have beat it to death.
The other thing we should talk about is Trump's visit to China.
Okay.
It won't take long.
Yeah. I saw literally this was on my radar and I saw like a few clips and a few pictures and that was really it.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't a disaster.
Yeah.
It actually, I think it's positive.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we want them to talking and communicating. Isolationism isn't what we want.
No, absolutely. It achieved superficial successes, though, is what I would say.
Okay.
Like business deals, economic forums, hopefully, maybe Trump having a better understanding of China's views on Taiwan.
Yeah.
To maybe come home and tell everybody that's saying we'll fight for Taiwan to shut the hell up.
Talk about a losing fight. Like we've discussed it on the podcast. We don't
Yeah.
need to get into it, but that's a loser right there.
I'm sure that they talked about it. I mean, a lot went on behind closed doors.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you just don't know for sure. But I would like to believe that China made very clear that the U.S. should not interfere with their relations with Taiwan.
Yeah.
And that could create way more problems than it would solve.
Well, and I know that the big talking point is that China's going to go in and take it. But is that really what China plans to do?
No, they want to take it politically.
I mean, that's kind of what...
They don't want to fight for that little island.
That's
either.
what I had thought. But I don't know. I'm not tuned in enough to that to really...
I mean, I think that this is like the Iran nuclear weapons program. The more you interfere, the more likely it is to happen that way.
Well, yeah. That's absolutely true.
So I think it would be... It makes more sense from a U.S. foreign policy perspective, both for the U.S. and for China and for Taiwan, for the U.S. to not be involved and just have that kind of official acceptance that Taiwan is a part of China and leave it be.
Yeah, yeah. And China to use a soft hand with them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And like I said, I think that those are, I mean, the Taiwan issue is a potentially like real wedge issue.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But those other things, like what was actually accomplished, the economic deals and so forth, those are like little superficial things. They're good. They help promote more positive relations between the U.S. and China. But I don't feel like the real substantive issues that divide China and the U.S. were addressed. Okay. So South China Sea navigation, the Taiwan issue in an explicit way, currency or economic warfare, like these kind of things weren't weren't dealt with.
Yeah.
And so I think that it's a positive success because it was friendly. I appreciate the friendliness, although it seems like the media doesn't.
Well, I mean, they didn't try to capture any of our people and hold them hostage.
That's true.
I mean,
and they let Lubio in.
Yeah, they did. I think we talked about that.
So I think that it was a positive trip. I don't think that it was a particularly impactful one.
Yeah.
And I think that it certainly didn't alleviate much of the antagonism, even though it was positive and friendly. And that's more apparent with the statement that was put out by Russia and China, their joint statement.
Yeah.
After, just a few days later when Putin went to China.
Oh, see, I didn't even know Putin went afterwards.
Yeah. Just like a few days later, Putin went to China. They signed like 20 to 40 different deals and agreements. Yeah. And they issued a joint statement talking about the importance of multilateralism and international law. And it wasn't like they didn't mention the U.S.,
but you know who they're talking about.
Yeah, it was clear that who they're talking about when they're talking about countries that want to be hegemonic and that act on their own without international support and that buck international law and so forth. There's only really one nation that's capable of doing that.
Yeah, exactly.
So, with that, I think it's clear that it wasn't. It didn't introduce any kind of like sea change in relations with China.
Yeah.
But I think it's a good step.
Yeah.
So
keep moving forward.
Yeah. And I think that, I read the statement summary that they issued, the actual like comprehensive statement that they issued about multipolarity and so forth is like 50 pages. I didn't have time to read it.
Yeah.
It came out 2 days ago, and I just haven't had time for that. But they did issue a summary. You could read it in just a few minutes. It's not very long, and I think that they made some good points. And it's now there's kind of a trust in some kind of international governmental body that doesn't exist. They do talk about that. That maybe the UN isn't doing what it was supposed to. That maybe some reforms, some reforms may need to be made to introduce like better representation, to better equalize the various nations involved. They reject the idea, and this is really rich coming from China, by the way. They reject the idea that any particular culture or society is better than any other in an objective sense, and so whatever. I mean, but it did stress the importance of accepting that other nations have their own interests and are sovereign, and that it's not the place of any one nation to direct another nation on how their society should be structured. Yeah. And I know that there are going to be people out there that hear that and they say, well, what about Putin invading Ukraine? And he didn't show any interest in their sovereignty and their territorial integrity. The Russians would make the argument that it was their security concerns that were being ignored, which forced them to invade Ukraine. Yeah. And I'm not saying that that's necessarily right, but I think that they have a point.
There's an argument there at the least.
Yeah.
So,
but I think that that the fact that it happened is good, and I think that it's some good steps, and we'll see if either or both nations actually follow through.
Yeah.
I've got a couple of other things that are kind of like
quick hits.
Yeah, they're kind of little things, but I think that they go back to kind of like some of the same ideas, and I'm not sure which I want to start with. I think I want to start with this ChatGPT lawsuit.
Okay. So
I've got a little clip on this. The short version before I play the clip is that there was a kid. I don't know the age. I can't remember. I don't remember it being in the report actually.
Okay.
But I got the impression he's like late teens or early 20s maybe.
Yeah.
That was using ChatGPT for everything, and ChatGPT gave him some advice on drug dosing, and it resulted in an overdose death.
Yeah.
And let's just play the clip, and I'll pick it up from there.
Okay.
Sam's mom and stepdad Angus knew he'd been struggling with alcohol and experimenting with drugs, and took him to get help. They said on the night of his death, it was ChatGPT version 4.0 that's now no longer available that recommended specific dosages, including a fatal combination.
He wanted to do it safely, and he would ask it questions about what he could take. That night, it advised him that it was okay to take kratom with Xanax, and Sam had done that.
Who do you hold responsible for Sam's death?
OpenAI. And the creators, the people who bypassed safety guards and took away safety nets.
That's why Sam's mom and stepdad are suing OpenAI and CEO Sam Altman in California state court. They allege that OpenAI designed and rushed to market a defective product, and but for those deliberate choices, Sam would still be alive today.
Okay, and that gave me time to look up his age, which was 19.
Ah, okay.
So
an adult in Alabama.
Yeah, I don't know where it was. They're suing him, obviously, in California court, but
yeah.
Here's what I have to say about it. First off, obviously, it's a tragedy like this kid dying.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
There's a part of me that questions whether it was intentional or not.
Well, because that is true. I mean, do they know how? I guess they do know what questions he asked.
Yeah, they should have the entire log.
Yeah.
I mean, he took kratom and a benzodiazepine.
And when I heard that, like, my bells went off kind of like you. Like, I mean, that doesn't make good sense.
Yeah. I can tell you that if you ask ChatGPT about that now, it does warn you that these things can be dangerous together. It doesn't tell you not to take them together,
Right.
but it and
maybe
wants to,
taking those things is I
taper
don't,
you up in doses. Like, it starts low.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. That seems like a bad idea to me, but I did a lot of things that were a bad idea as a teenager.
Yeah,
so
me
I've
too.
got no room to speak here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too.
Just leave it at that. Yeah.
So, but here's my issue with this is that, first off, I think I find it interesting that they're going after OpenAI. They're not going after the drug dealer, where he got this stuff from. I would bet that if he had some friend that gave him dosage advice and it ended up in an overdose, they wouldn't be going after the friend either. I think OpenAI is just deep pockets. Yeah. And they're like, maybe we can assuage our grief a little bit with a few $1 million.
I mean, I think that's, I mean, you go after where the money is.
Yeah.
And which is an interesting question because if I'm not mistaken, I think it depends on where you're at. But in a lot of places, what's the kratom?
Bad timing. Kratom.
Kratom is legal in a lot of places. Mm. I mean, it's advertised on some podcasts I listen to.
Yeah.
So now the other one, you'd have to get through a prescription legally. Yeah, legally. Yeah. So, but that I'm just saying, as far as like lawsuits are concerned, like, I mean, those are avenues to take.
Yeah.
If that's like where you want to go with this.
So here's my issue though. At some point, like, somebody has to actually take responsibility.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm sure that in this kind of situation for parents, they're looking for anybody else to blame. But they knew that he was having problems.
Yeah.
That he was experimenting with drugs and alcohol. They tried to get him help, etc. Like, first off, I would say that the blame can be squarely laid at the feet of the kid.
Yeah. I mean, it sucks, but yeah.
Yeah. And then, maybe the parents might have had some part in that too. And I think it's much more reasonable for them to blame themselves than to blame this bot.
Well, I mean, I can't get in their head. I'm sure that they do blame themselves. I mean, I can't imagine not.
Like I said, I think part of this is that in these situations, they're looking for anyone else to blame.
Yeah.
For this. And you pick the one with the deepest pockets.
Yeah. I mean, I really think that's what it boils down to.
But I guess what I'm getting at is the idea that is that we're just kind of eliminating personal responsibility from everything.
Yeah. Well,
he would have been still alive if it weren't for ChatGPT. That's not necessarily true.
That's absolutely a stretch. And something else that they mentioned some point during that clip was that, he used ChatGPT for everything.
Yeah.
And dude, I see that so often. And that to me seems like just such a bad road to go down. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm not saying it can't be a useful tool, and I'm not saying not to use it, but like I witness this all the time. People use it for everything.
Yeah, I mean, like, imagine sitting there in front of ChatGPT and saying, "Well, how much cocaine and heroin can I use at the same time?"
Yeah,
which is essentially
what they to get a safe answer.
Yeah, and that's essentially what they're doing now. A friend of mine who's a tech guy said when I told him about this story, he is like, well, it seems the easiest thing to me for OpenAI to lawyers, for OpenAI to just like go through their logs and find out where this information came from, this dosage information came from, because the chatbot's not making it up out of whole cloth. It's got some reference somewhere. And so you just go pull this paper or study or whatever and say, your problem's not with us. It's with Dr. whatever the hell that, put out this paper saying that these were acceptable doses for this. Like, cause the chatbot got it from somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, assuming it didn't try to combine information from different sources or something. I don't really understand how all that works, so I don't know. I mean, I would defer to the tech guy on that one.
Yeah,
obviously.
Yeah, and he spends a lot of time with AI
so he would
stuff.
he would
like
know.
He's working with them all the time. So
yeah.
Anyway, I just think at some point you just kind of got to take responsibility for your own life and the things that happen around you.
Yeah.
And I guess I'm frustrated that AI is another excuse not to take responsibility for the things that happen to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, oh, well, but the robot told me to do it. It's like, this is just not a lot different from the devil made me do it.
Yeah. I mean, I think about that episode of The Office where Michael Scott's driving the car and the GPS is telling him to go straight and they end up driving into a lake.
Yeah.
Because he's listening to the thing instead of looking in front of him. Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, I feel like we're living that right now with AI. Where you can see it, it's right in front of you, but no, the computer said.
Yeah, I came across a story like that somewhere too, where this lady got in a cab in a foreign city and said to take me to so and so, and then like pulled it up on her phone, and the guy's going a direction. And she's like, no, you need to turn here. The phone says you need to turn here, and he's like, no, we can't turn here. No, the phone says we need to turn here, and he's like, all right, fine. And so they pull in, and it's like a pier.
Yeah. Like that kind of thing happens, man. Yeah.
It's like, okay, I live here. Can I drive now?
Now can I do it? Yeah, exactly. You're paying me to do it. Let me do it.
And then the last thing, and this kind of feeds in, I think, on a similar theme, is you heard RFKJ made the announcement that the NIH or whatever governing body is no longer recognizing gender-affirming care as the standard protocol for dealing with minors with gender dysphoria.
So we're going to finally catch up with the rest of the world?
It's not quite the rest of the world, but some.
The modern world?
No.
Advanced world? I don't know.
No, actually, you got that backwards, dude.
Do I? Oh.
Yeah, it's the unmodern world that has remembered that there are two genders.
Yeah, okay.
And that you can't like readily switch from one to the other on a whim. He's said that they're now saying that the treatment is dangerous to children and it's not approved.
Well, that's a step in the right direction.
Okay, and I've heard a lot of people start asking the question, like, okay, well, then who's going to hang for this?
Hang for what?
For pushing kids down this path for all this time.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody's got to be responsible for this. Somebody's got to go to jail for all the damage that's been done or be responsible or whatever. And I'm here to tell you that no one is.
I mean, it's no different than COVID.
Yeah. Everyone has someone to blame.
Yeah.
So the doctors will say, well, the American Medical Association and the American Academy of Pediatrics say that this is the standard of care. And the AMA and the AAP are going to say, well, we've got the pharma companies that are telling us that these things are safe and this is the most effective treatment. And the pharma companies are going to say, well, we've got all this research that says that, and all the researchers are going to say, hey, we just present data, like we don't do interpretations.
There's always a scapegoat.
Yeah. So nobody's going to hang for it.
No.
We're just going to go about life like none of the damage has been done.
No, but it definitely has been done.
Yeah. And now we've got AI too, to just add one more other thing to blame that can't be held responsible.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, the upside is that this may put an end to all those scapegoats, at least for decisions going forward in the medical field about gender affirming care. So there's that. And that's positive.
I was going to say, so you're digging deep for that one.
No, not at all. I mean, I think that is a step forward, that we're kind of getting away from this craziness.
Yeah. No, it is a step forward for sure.
This is our, oh gosh, what was the report that came out in the UK health system about this, that the data just wasn't there? I forget what it's called now.
We talked about it on the podcast.
Yeah, I read the damn thing.
Yeah, I can't remember now.
But this is our version. And I hope that he put out a bunch of data to support it too, because people just think that RFKJ's a nut.
Because the data is there.
All right, that's an interesting way of putting it. And I don't know that that's entirely accurate.
Really?
I think the way to state it actually is that the data isn't there to support gender affirming care. Not to say that the data is there that says it's wrong necessarily.
Gotcha. Yeah.
But there certainly isn't enough supporting data to
continue down the path.
Yeah, to present this. And as an aside on this, and this applies both to the gender affirming care thing and to the Chat GPT giving the kid instructions on how to overdose. Or not intentionally, I guess, but is that like progress doesn't always work out effectively as you're doing it. Like, this sounds so, I guess, careless, but or cold, heartless. But the adage of like, in order to make an omelet, you got to break a few eggs. This is during times of progress. There are mistakes. Things are lost. You got to do it wrong before you know how to do it right necessarily.
Yeah.
Like there is just always going to be, with new technologies and new ideas, problems along the way. It can't be avoided.
Yeah.
Because you have to learn how to use it.
Yeah.
And it just takes trial and error.
And how to regulate it.
Yeah, and error is part of it. I
mean, it's true. I mean, we may not like it.
They're definitely going to go after AI in terms of regulating it, and that's a huge mistake.
Yeah. That's coming. There's no way around
and
it.
I don't think regulation is necessary in the healthcare field. I think that liability is.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's how it would work in a true free market.
Mm-hmm. Now, I'm saying that, I don't think that OpenAI should be liable for this kid's death.
No.
So I understand how that might sound contradictory to people that are listening to the podcast. But I think that it's very easy to... I should take it from the other side as a legal argument. I think it would be very hard to prove that without OpenAI, this kid would still be alive.
Yeah. Because he would have just figured it out on his own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then he would have been doing trial and error entirely on his own.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there's a whole lot of people in the ground because of that already.
Yeah.
So I think, like, the loss of this kid, it sucks, and I feel bad for the parents. But the responsibility doesn't lie in this inanimate object.
Yeah.
I just don't see how you can hold them to blame. That kid was seeking that information.
Yeah, and when it comes to overdose, you can overdose at any time. Like, every person is different. So trying to say that dosage may be fine for 10 other people.
For an Irishman.
Yeah. exactly, because they can they have very high tolerance. Dosages of, especially with something like that, is a very funny thing. I mean, to try to say that dosage obviously isn't safe because he died, but 10 other people could take that dose and not.
Yeah. I mean, if he's experimenting with drugs and alcohol anyway, there's no... I mean, I didn't see a toxicology report or anything, but just based on the report that's given, you can't know that he didn't take anything else.
That's
also.
true, too. No, that's true, too.
So...
Although I can't imagine they'd be going forward with a suit if something else had shown up. But maybe
I think that they would.
I mean, maybe
they're still looking at it as a possible culprit, even if he was drinking while he was doing this too.
Yeah.
They're trying to make the case that he wouldn't have taken this without
had not been recommended by ChatGPT.
Yeah, I mean, but there's another part of the report. We didn't play the whole thing. There's another part of the report where they talk about that he was using it. Well, I don't think it was in the clip that we're playing anyway. Where they're talking about that he's using it to like figure out what to do for the night in terms of his experimentation with drugs and alcohol.
Yeah,
this was another use of the system of
was
the AI
planning
for him.
his evening.
Yeah, it was like planning his chemical entertainment.
Yeah. Wow.
So, I don't know. Like I said, he's seeking this out. If he doesn't get it from OpenAI, he gets it from somewhere else. This is another one of those things of like, somebody committed suicide with a gun. Well, the answer is to get rid of guns. No, somebody's committing suicide. They're going to find a way to do it. They don't need a gun. Gun's just easiest.
Yeah.
But that doesn't prevent them. Taking away all guns doesn't prevent them from committing suicide. If that's what they're intent on doing, they're going to do it. And if this guy is intent on experimenting with drugs and alcohol, he's going to do it with or without OpenAI.
Yeah. No, I completely agree.
So, that's all I've got.
Yeah.
I'm sure this will be a popular one.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll wrap it up then. I'm going blind. I'm gonna have to walk around like you've seen enough.
Yeah.
Giant glasses on all the time.
They're not giant. They're perfectly proportioned to my head.
Oh, well, sure. Okay. So, we'll be back next week. In the meantime, I timed that wrong. So I don't have the schedule maker in the room anymore all of a sudden.
We should be good, though.
Yeah. In the meantime, you can follow us on Facebook. You can subscribe on iTunes, YouTube, Podbean. Like and share, comment. You can always email me, michael@thelibertymike.com. Do you use ChatGPT to plan your chemical entertainment for the evening? I'm kind of curious. I don't know if this is a common thing. This seems weird to me, but...
I mean, where else do you go for the information, man?
Yeah.
I mean, in this day and age...
It seems to me you ask your drug dealer. There's
a lost art.
Well, yeah, this is actually something probably worth pointing out. Before we close out here, like your friend that you might ask about dosage advice, or your drug dealer you might ask about dosage advice, like both of them have an interest in keeping you alive.
Yeah.
AI doesn't at all. AI does not care.
Well, and on top of that, know at least vaguely your history.
Yeah.
Like they know your average body weight, like how much you've taken in the past.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, they have some kind of knowledge, unless you type all of that into ChatGPT, which maybe he did. I don't know.
I mean, it seems like it would be appropriate for that thing to ask questions like, what is your weight in kilograms?
Yeah, or something like, I mean, that's like, if it's giving you that type of information, that's pertinent.
Yeah.
So,
but the point really is that the AI just has no interest in your life.
Yeah.
Period. Living or dead, it does not matter to the AI.
And at some point, it may want you the other way.
Well, yeah. We've all seen iRobot.
Yep.
But your drug dealer, he didn't want you to die. Actually, the creators of ChatGPT, they don't want you to die either.
Yeah.
The only thing that is disinterested here in your life, like wholly disinterested in your life, is the thing that you were asking.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, we'll be back next week when we finally get this right. And in the meantime, try to stay free.
Life short, live free.
Ciao.
Later.